Welcome to episode 70 of Fair the Burn. We are here. And if you would have told me at the beginning of this that we would have been in episode 70, listen, it's been a while since we put out an episode. I'm here with Cougar. Cougar, say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
Let me kick it back. 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 Hey boy, right there, what you gonna do if they gonna do you like that? I'm a wild boy and I need to be arrested. Don't catch cases, I just catch blessings. We can dance around it, but we best get to stepping. If I don't want to smoke,
And it's been a while since we put out an episode because I didn't know what to do after J-Zack. And it's not like we got a million views. It's not even like we got 100 views. We got less views than I was thinking we were going to get, and it's fine. It's just the fact that I got to interview such an icon from my youth that I was frankly terrified to put out another episode because I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing has gone on in the world that's really worth anything.
Nope. No. It's been pretty chill.
So we'll talk about it. I shaved my face for everyone that's watching. And I know what I look like. You don't have to lie to me. Everyone lies to me. Everyone says, no, it looks good. And listen, I know that I look like I've adopted foreign children because I got double chins. Okay, I know. I know what it looks like. Right, Cougar? You gotta agree with me.
I would say that I think it does look good, but I'm a man of facial hair as well. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel you on that. But no, I don't think it looks bad at all. I don't think it looks bad at all. I would say with my double chin as well, when I start going, that the facial hair definitely, especially if I cut it right here, like down, so it's really tight. You can hide a little bit with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, dude, it looks good. I think it does look good.
Does your family give you crap for your facial hair, or do they like your beard?
They like my beard. I'd say I got more crap for my head hair than my beard.
Like when your hair was long?
Yeah, like when it was too long and then it was it was always like, yeah, it should be this, it should be that, it should be this. But it was always like facial hair was always kosher, I guess you could say.
Like they wanted your hair shorter or longer, or they wanted you to style it differently. I'm
Right, they
confused.
wanted it styled differently when it was when it was too long. It didn't. They thought that it needed to be cut, but then when it was cut, it wasn't the right style, and it needed to be a little long. Like it was just like it was a topic of debate that I didn't realize was so important. And then I realized wasn't important. So that's why I have this hair now. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, they just needed to let you be like Samson, man, and just leave your hair alone,
Just leave it alone, man. Who's Samson?
from the Bible.
I've
You know
never. I don't know
Samson?
if I've heard of Samuel.
Dude, do you want a quick lesson on the most badass Bible character of all time, Samson?
Yeah. I would love to. Yeah.
Samson is found in Kings, I believe, like in the Kings.
Okay.
And he's a man that got all of his power from his hair. And like God said that if his hair was natural and long, then like he would still have power. And he did things like Samuel's known for beating a lion in a den in the winter, like a lion in the pit.
Oh
Like he
shit.
he
Okay.
he killed a lion in a pit with his bare hands. Um, at one time, I think like a city tried to mess with him, so he grabbed like three foxes' tails and like tied them together and lit their tails on fire and like let them run through the city.
Set it
And I
all
forget
fire.
what happened. I think he got seduced by a woman, as we all do, right?
Those damn women, man. Been doing
Classic.
it for a long time.
And I think that's what happens. And they end up cutting off his hair. This is what the song Hallelujah is about.
It's about Samson.
I think so.
Oh,
Oh no,
because it's
that's
about
about
cutting the
David.
hair. It's
That's
about
about
Rapunzel.
Yeah. I think Samson's part of it, but David's also it because saw her bathing on the roof is a David thing. Um,
Please the Lord. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's about David,
but I
but
think
this.
Samson. Yeah, I think he's mentioned because of the cutting the hair. I think so. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember.
Okay.
Um, and they cut his hair, and it took all this power away, and he became a slave. And then he started working. They cut his eyes out, bro. They tore this man's eyes out, and he kept being a slave for like several years after that.
Oh my god. Dude.
Listen, I have no idea like the relevance of Samson in the Bible. But what I do know is if they were to make a film about a Bible character, it should be Samson.
He would be one of the good choices. Yeah, that'd be a great movie.
He's
That
also
really
it's the middle name of the main character in my play, Marcus Sampson Wallace.
Marcus Sampson Wallace. Is that name inspired by that character?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
All the men in that show have biblical names except for the pastor. It's like a very poignant thing.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That. Nice. But yeah, so kind of thinking about, like how when you mentioned interviewing J-Zack, bro, like you called me when you landed it, and it's just like, holy shit, because we had both known about J-Zack before we even knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd been well aware of J-Zack, and he was like, Chandler's like, yeah, dude, I'm interviewing J-Zack in a few days. I was like, oh my gosh. So how do you feel it went? I watched it. I thought it was pretty good. How do you think it went? What do you think?
Dude, I think he had a good time. And that's at the end of the day what I care about. I think that he respected the homework that I did, like I listened to a lot of his albums. Like from the moment I landed the interview, I pretty much just listened to his music from there on out, and like watched every interview that I could. And because I didn't want to ask him questions. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. Like he has like maybe 4 interviews that I could find.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty crazy.
Yes, dude. And I don't know if it's just like people don't think to ask him or what it is, but he's super responsive. Like as he's always responded to me anytime I've ever reached out to that dude. So
Right.
I think it went well. I think he enjoyed it. I made him laugh. That was straight up like top highlight of my life right there.
There you go. Yep, that's good.
But yeah, man, I had a lot. I had a lot of fun, and it was a lot more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. It almost didn't feel real after it was over.
I'm sure it just went. You're like,
Yeah.
whoa, what just happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he seemed really chilling, and yeah, it seems like he puts a lot of emphasis on responding to the people that are in his community and that interact with him, and that if someone made a song which is you, that someone pops up that's like, oh hey, I named a song after you, and he's just like, damn, no one's ever done that. Shit, I'm gonna post that on my story. Like that's cool. I never knew that about him. I just have known that he's a badass rapper, but I've never interacted with him, because I guess you would assume someone who's outside of it, like, why the fuck would he ever answer to anything I would ever say? You know what I'm saying? But so that's cool that he's real, and he seems like he comes from a real place with his childhood and from how his parents raised him, how he kind of mentioned that and everything. Like, yeah, he's just like he seemed like a pretty interesting guy. So yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was great, dude. I thought it was a milestone for Fehr the Burn.
Dude, I mean, huge milestone. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like peak Fehr the Burn so far, I think.
I think Bible Secrets has a shot there, but that's also a series,
like a grand work for sure, but like a single, I think, dude, I don't know. It was cool though.
It was hella cool, man. It was hella cool. It was nerve-wracking, but I had a lot of fun. And yeah, man, I think at the end of the day, you just got to go for it. Like you just gotta shoot your shot. Even when I was a young kid at 14, 15, 16, whatever, listening to Should Have Been a Globetrotter, by J-Zack, hitting him up, having shitty rap songs, and then eventually, after I made the song with his name in it, he's sending it to his friends. I thought that was cool. How he was like, yeah, dude, I sent it to like some homies of mine, and they were like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow.
Like a big thing to take out of that. Like he's like personally sending it to like his friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, I think that's well. So why do you think he's not I mean, just to kind of put a number on it, why don't you think that he? My phone is like soaking wet. Um,
Did you turn it on?
what? Yeah. Just a teeny bit. I don't think it was too much of a turn on. Let's pull them up. Damn, 300,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. That's pretty
Isn't
good.
that crazy? Isn't that crazy, dude? It's a lot. Booger's doing too much foreplay with his phone.
Yeah, just like getting everywhere. I don't know. I feel like personally, like my question was going to be because I honestly thought he was more underrated than that, which I'm glad he has numbers like that. But like, because I when I hear him, I feel like he should be bigger than a lot of other people that are bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think that is?
That like people haven't picked up on like how good he is.
Yeah, and he's been around for a long time now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, I wouldn't say it's not like the marketing's there. He's always posting, always interacting. He's constantly posting on YouTube and shit, like,
He is.
So I'm like, dude, why doesn't this guy get the actual recognition he deserves?
And his latest shit is fire, dude. Like Bigos, he just put out two songs called Bigos and thought the mouse quit. And both of those songs are really sick, and the videos to them are like, honestly, when I watch the videos, I'm like, this is not to compare anything, but this is like what I see Chance doing. Like this is some shit on the same level as someone who has, tens of millions of listeners on Spotify. And I think people I think it's a twofold problem. The first one I don't think is, and either one of them are J-Zach's fault, really. The first one is there's so much out there now,
Ooh.
And we talked about LaRussell on J-Zach's episode. Do you know LaRussell? We've talked a little bit about LaRussell, right?
The name rings a bell, but I can't. If I saw him, I probably would know him.
He's this rapper from Vallejo, California, which is like in the Bay Area, and he is revolutionizing like the industry right now. He's dropping like, dude, like 10 videos a day, like 10 shorts a day. This dude will drop albums 2 months apart. He wants to make 81 albums because he's a Lakers fan and like Kobe scored 81 that game.
Yeah, right.
Like he has his own nonprofit where he does shows out of his backyard that is like pay what you want for it. So you give like an offer for a ticket and then they can negotiate with you. All of their products are pay what you want. And this is who J-Zach has to compete with. You know what I mean? Like people out there, and I don't think J-Zach has a whole team around him. I mean, he might have a few people, but LaRussell has like a team of people around him.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you have the main labels and you have everyone else who's trying to do independent. And I think he might work like a side job or something, but I think most of J-Zach's income probably comes from his music at that point. And I think that's where people just want to get to.
Right. Yeah, if you could just be making music and living, like that's pretty awesome. Yeah, totally.
And the second thing is respect to Jerry, dude. Love Jerry. He really is a great dude. That dude is a rap head. You know what I mean?
Rap
like
head.
All of his influences are 50 and Lil Wayne and Eminem and Nas and Jay's like original 90s, 2000s rap guys. And that is not what people want right now, like on a mass scale. I think a lot of people want right now more of like poppier to a certain sense music. And Jerry loves bars, dude. And sometimes you get a song like Not Like Us that takes over and everyone's like, we love these bars, but that's where it ends for them.
Right.
You know, people who really want real rap shit will like J-Zach.
Yeah, right. Yep. But yeah, just like the casual fan that will make up, the majority of everything. They would rather hear, I mean, to an extreme level, like some Taylor Swift, generic ass pop shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just something, maybe like more like Post Malone,
or like Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, right? And he's more in the middle of even to Post Malone. Like, yeah, that's much more, yeah, like just mainstream. And so yeah, he's got a cool, yeah, like he's got cool influences that he is kind of like from the influences from the OGs, like, and
He's
that's
classic, bro.
yeah, it's classic. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Um, yeah, man. So congratulations on that land. That's amazing. That's just yeah, it's just awesome. I'm glad that you reached out because I mean, how many opportunities do people miss because they never shot the DM because they never thought they'd reply? Like, damn, bro. Because all it takes is just one person. You don't have to have every single person reply. Like, so it's awesome, dude.
I shot some more shots, dude. I'm trying to get Mark Mariani on Fair the Burn. He used to be a football player for the Tennessee Titans. And he is from my hometown. He actually grew up and went to
Really?
high school with my sisters. And when they went to the state championship for basketball with the Havre Blue Ponies, yes, I said Havre High School Blue Ponies.
No way.
That's their mascot. I sat
Really?
by
You're not fucking
him.
with me.
Yeah, dude, blue ponies. Yeah,
Okay.
dude. When have you ever seen a blue pony? I'll tell you where, Boise State, dude. That's it.
Right, right, yeah. That's hilarious. I never knew that was a mascot.
Havre High School Blue Ponies.
Blue pony.
I
Okay,
sat
but
next
he
to him
played
on
for
the
the Titans?
bus. I sat next to them on the bus during their state championship basketball run. And I had his number
Wow.
on my face.
Oh, dang.
So, Mark Mariani, if you're out there and you see my Instagram DM,
Come on the show.
love to talk to you about Christ, brother. I know you're a big Christian. I know that you're living for the Lord. I know that you're doing good things out there. I think you're still in Tennessee. I don't know though. But let's talk about that Montana Pride, baby. Mark
Oh,
Mariani.
wide receiver.
He's
Former
a big
American
kick
wide
returner.
football. He played. Yeah, I don't know if he retired or not.
I think he did.
Because yeah, like 2010.
Yeah, dude. There's zero way he's still playing in the
That's a
NFL.
long. Yeah, dude, that's cool. That would be awesome if you got him. That would be really
Yeah, it would
cool.
look sick. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, man. We got to talk about it. We gotta actually talk about the fact that we almost watched this man, the Kennedy 2.0. We almost saw it.
2.0, bro.
You think it's
Um,
real?
that's a good first question. So from what I understand, there was one other person shot that lived and one other person shot that got killed. I saw a
Okay.
video of a guy getting dropped in the back, like fucking. If
Mm,
you've ever seen any execution videos on Instagram Reels, bro, you know how a body fucking falls to the ground, and that guy did that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so so again, this is all from a few videos that could be AI and eyewitness testimony. This is all I have. This is all I have to present. But from the fact that happened to people around them, I I would assume that it's real in terms of real bullets.
Yeah.
Dude, like I'm always just so skeptical. The picture of the fucking flag in the back of him standing with his fist up in like a perfect frame. There's a video when the shots are ringing out, bro. The people with the cameras are running to the front of the podium with their cameras while the bullets are being shot. And it's
Mm,
like, what? But the weirdest thing is that they had eyes on him for a long time. I think they knew about that guy and that he was there like 60 minutes before Trump went on. And
yeah.
then they couldn't find him and they lost him. And he took a ladder out of his car and climbed up this building that was like not very far away. And then there's a video of the sniper team looking at him. Oh, looking down the sides, shots ring out, and then they kill him. And it's like, dude, I've seen people get shot for way less. You know what I'm saying? Like reaching And I've seen a guy pull a gun and he gets halfway and he gets 10 bullets in him. You know what I'm saying? There should have been no chance. Those guys, the security team, show up like weeks, months before a president or a former president goes somewhere, and they fucking clear the whole thing. They sanitize the whole thing, bro. And you're telling me this guy, it's just, so either it was fake in the way that Trump was set up, is what it looks like to me. Even though I think that Trump is subordinate to Israel, and so I think he's in on the act. Bro, like hitting him in the ear, there's no way that he was like, okay, I'll turn my head and then shoot me in the ear and then we'll shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. So I think that there was a setup that happened with that shit. And it looked, yeah, like some JFK shit. Like, oh, this crazed shooter. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And the Secret Service was going to let him do it. They let him shoot before they shot him. So that's kind of where I'm at now after I've been seeing all the evidence and everything.
Why do you think Trump is subordinate to Israel?
Oh, because he says he is. And he was at this conference. Well, he's gone to the wall. He put the Jew cap on, kissed the wall, did all that. I would be shocked if he put like a Muslim hat on and like did like prayers like a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, well, wait a minute. You're not a Muslim. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? And then he was at this, I can't remember what conference it was, but these rabbis were like, Trump is the man of the United States for Israel, and he's our president. And then they hold up the crown of Hashem, which is the crown of God. And Trump says, give thanks to Hashem, give thanks to Hashem, as they hold this crown. All these little Jews are surrounding him and they're holding it up. He just is, I mean, I think he's under their thumb as well. You know what I'm saying? And he would say that. He said that. He's in full support of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be hard to get to that level and not be, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Bro, every Republican candidate or every Republican politician has an AIPAC person, which is like American Israeli, but it's like a person that represents Israel that every Republican politician has, that you check in with your AIPAC person. They come and check in on you and say, hey, how are things going? You report like your week to them and shit, and they come have lunch with you and everything. It's all like everybody. Yeah. So Trump I think for sure. But I think it does look like they absolutely tried to kill him. That's what it looks like when I look at everything.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that the fact, because I also have seen some videos of them having eyes on that guy several, about an hour even before he shot. And yeah, the building is 90 feet away, bro. I'm surprised people in the crowd weren't like, yo.
Bro, there's videos. There's like 20 people saying, that guy has a gun. He's got a gun. And they're filming him climbing up the back and shit. And it's like, how? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, so I think it could be like a 9/11 situation, where they knew some shit was gonna happen and maybe they just let it go. And Trump was like, knew that this guy was gonna shoot and miss. I don't know. It is sad that guy died, or whoever person died. But yeah, just the fact that they let him stand up and then go, fight, 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 right? Like, what secret service people wouldn't be like, hey, we need to get you the fuck out of here. Like, you gotta, like, we can't be letting you, so it does look. And then that, along with, I don't know if you saw him come out at the RNC with the thing over his ear.
I saw that, yep.
Right? I
saw someone put over many men.
I thought that was real, bro. When I first saw it, I was like, no.
That was sweet.
No, it was actually Proud to be an American. And
dude,
it went on
for walking out. I will say he looked like he was going to cry when he was walking out. That's what I thought. I thought that the way that his eyes looked, they looked not like he was like, I don't know, dude. I think a bullet to the fucking head will humble you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought it seemed like a Colt.
A Colt.
Like a Colt.
A Colt.
Yeah, like as he was walking out.
OCCULT.
Like a CULT.
Like a
it
Colt.
felt like a Colt.
with
like as
what?
he was walking,
Oh, when
as
he
he was
walked out.
walking out, yeah. And they're doing "I'm proud to be," and he like goes,
Mhm.
and then he doesn't even, I feel like I see a lot of presidential candidates like start to shake hands, but this motherfucker just waves like as he's walking by,
I
right? And
saw
then he
that.
goes
Yeah.
to the podium and he stands there and everyone cheers, and then he goes and stands by JD Vance. And at one point, I swear to God, Trump looks over and he goes, "They need to stop this song." JD Vance was like, "You're right." Um, and then the crowd starts chanting, "Fight, fight, fight, fight."
Mm-hmm.
And then they start chanting, "We love Trump. We love Trump. We love Trump." Right? So to me,
Very culty.
Colty, right? And it felt very much like, any concert, we've talked about this, most concerts feel kind of culty or like religious worshipy, right? It felt
Yep.
very worshipy, and it also felt like you and I were talking off camera the other day about how if we got drafted in a war, how both of us would probably be like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how most young people nowadays don't have the thing in them to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight for quote unquote my country. Really, just people who are telling me what to do for the better interest of them and not myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
When everyone in the crowd was cheering, "Fight, fight, fight," I was like, the one good thing that might come from this is Trump is like reinvigorating the people, because people do love Trump so much that they're like, "Oh, I'll go die for him. You want to go to war? Yeah, you want to draft me, Donald Trump? I will go die for you."
It's true. That's true.
You know?
Yep. That's true. It seems to have put a spark back in. And that's, I mean, bro, there's this thing called like the Hegelian dialect, I think it's called. And it's where you try to cause chaos and then people request a savior, and then you hand them a solution to the problems that you have caused them, that they have now asked for the solution by you. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what it feels like with Trump, is that it's like there's some extremely crazy extreme people that said that they wish he would have been hit, but most people don't think that. And it's like Trump is now like the obvious winner. Like I think that he won after he got hit. You know what I'm saying? And like it's going to be extremely hard to beat him in that sense. But now people are almost begging for Trump to be in. Biden is so bad. The problem has gotten so bad, and the economy is so bad that people who hated Trump in 2016 are now like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to the polls and vote for Donald Trump now, because I mean, yeah, look at this. He got shot. He stood up. Biden gets a little bit of COVID and he can't show up to anything, and Trump takes a fucking bullet to the ear and goes. You know what I'm saying? Like people are looking for different things in leaders, but again, like it's a beautiful solution that's being handed to us that everyone would have, not everyone, but large portion of people would have pushed back on. That now they're saying, give it to me, please give it to me. I need a solution to this, please, please, please. And again, this person is just, Trump is just as subordinate to the ultimate powers as Biden is. And so it's like, that's why one of the intuition coming up of like, is this shit fake, is just like, it was just too perfect, man. It was like, you can't script that any better in any way, shape, or form. But that's also like a movie. Like that's what a movie is that it's like perfectly scripted. It's perfect. It's this crazy miracle moment at the climate, whatever it is. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it's like people were saying it was completely fake. Is just like, dude, you would have to give them the acting award of the entire universe for pulling that off. So do you think that the Secret Service failing on that shit, do you think that was like a setup, that that was a purposeful act, or do you think it was just ignorance?
I think that Trump understands the moment, bro. And he probably realized that, oh, your screen went stale on me here.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll turn on my camera.
Okay. I think Trump understands the moment, man. I think that he knew in that space and time that some crazy shit just popped off, and it was a perfect time for him to exploit what would be a huge moment. And
Yeah.
if there's one thing I think Trump's been really fucking good at throughout his career as a television personality, it's just that. It's
Yeah.
taking advantage in every space that he can, and I think that that's why he's and I don't want to say milked is the right word, because again, I don't think anyone actually wants anyone to die, especially getting capped in the head. That's fucking crazy.
Mhm.
Um, but what I do think is that he's using that now in the best position he can, because he didn't have to come out to that convention. He could have tried to heal, but he was like, no, I'm going to have the patch over my ear. And so I think in that moment he was like, I know that I can get up and like yell, and these guys aren't going to push me out because I'm Donald Trump and everyone's listening, and it's the same thing with kind of why I think he's used the like the court case against him in a decent way, um, because he hasn't really said a lot about it, but everything that's happening to him. Listen, man, Democrats, they've been banking on the black vote for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And black people seem to be coming around on Trump because they're like, hey, the court cases, the court system, they've tried to fuck this guy over. We get that. This dude got shot. Our people are getting shot. This is a crazy take. But
Mhm.
really, in all actuality, like people of color, even there was the big Latino for Trump movement in 2020.
Yep.
And yeah, man, I just think at this point, what are the Democrats going to do?
They're gonna throw a senile old man up on the stage and make him dance around and see if people will still hate Trump enough to be delusional about the state of Joe Biden.
See, they're not going to do that though, because they just gave Joe Biden COVID.
That's true. That's true. That was a good move, dude. They're just
Yeah.
recycling 2020.
No.
Give him COVID for a few months so he doesn't have to go out and fucking say anything, and milk it until you get right up to the election point. That would be the best strategy that I would see.
Here's the thing I heard though, dude. I heard that there is talks in the Senate right now between Democrats that if Biden doesn't step down in a month, they're going to write a letter like
Wow.
formally asking Biden
So
to
who would
like
step
step.
in?
That's the problem, dude.
Yeah, I want Hillary to. I would love it if Hillary did it, bro.
Here's what I think. I think they pull Joe Biden and they think to themselves, there's no one we can put in. We can't put in Kamala Harris. Everyone hates her. We can't put in Hillary because everyone knows that she's a known murderer. We can't side with RFK because he doesn't want anything to do with us anymore. He looks crazy. We can't take him. We need to do the one thing that we have always talked about. The
Michael.
only person that could possibly beat Donald Trump in 2024 is Michelle Obama.
Big Mike, baby. Big Mike.
Mike, dude, is the only person that could swoop in 4 months' notice and whoop Donald Trump.
And do you think that she would?
I think she might. I think it's a route they could take that could lead. It's the only route I see that they could take to lead to victory.
Yeah, really, really.
And I think that I think she'd do it, dude. I think that's what we might see happening.
Ooh, bro, if she ran, I think she would get destroyed. That's
You
what I
think
would.
so?
I think so. Yeah, oh yeah.
Here's what I think
Because
happens.
what has she done as a politician? Why would
No.
anyone take her seriously as a politician?
But you know what she is, Cougar?
She's
She's
a celebrity.
exactly what the left wants.
That's facts. That's facts.
She is a
Black trans.
sexual woman. Okay. She is exactly what the left wants out of their candidate. And
That's
here's
facts.
the other thing. Here's the other thing. Trump needs someone to diss him back.
Yeah,
That's the only way to beat Trump.
that's facts.
Okay? She's a sassy black woman let her go up there and be like, "Oh hell no, Trump!
Dude,
I'm
I
gonna
would
tell
watch
your
it.
ass what."
I would
And
watch it.
dude, I think we all would, bro.
Facts.
So
Oh.
I think that
Was that your
Dems
prediction coming up? Is that
I really do kind of think that's what's gonna happen.
Woo, that would be crazy. Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes on it.
Well, do you
Wow.
think he actually runs? Do you think Joe Biden stays?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Really?
think so. I think so. It's just there's literally no one else. I think that Michelle Obama may be worse than Biden. I
Mm.
really do. Just in terms of, well, at least Biden has been like a politician, you know what I'm saying? Like but I guess Trump wasn't either, so she could run on that, but I don't think, especially with such a short notice, I guess maybe that would play either for or against her. You know what I'm saying? But like, because Trump ran for a long time as well, campaigning for 2016. You know what I'm saying? He was at it for quite a while and announced it early on that if she says, okay, in August, hey guys, I'm running, so vote for me in 3 months, it would be a tall order then to have that body that has already been so loyal to Biden. I think that would be more substantial than trying to take a bit. Bro, what about like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, bro?
I don't think Dwayne would do it. I think Dwayne
So
cares too much
big.
about. I don't think he would, dude, because I think he'd have to take sides, and Dwayne wants everyone to love him, red or blue.
Have you seen the Joe Rogan experience with him, bro? He literally sounds like a talking billboard with he literally doesn't say anything for 2 hours. He just
Yeah,
smiles very handsomely and says like a statement, and then Joe Rogan would ask him a question, and he would be like, like, isn't world peace just great? And Joe Rogan would have to be like, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. I was like, bro, do you think anything? Like, damn. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, no
He's
opinions,
too
dude.
much
That
of a
dude,
celebrity.
yeah, he signed off onto Disney. Like
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't gonna say shit.
dude, no way. So I don't think Dwayne would do it. Here's the thing, dude. They would just need somebody on the left that's like as deified as Trump is.
Yeah.
And Big Mike's that guy, dude.
That's true. That
You
would be
know?
the biggest like pop that you would get from announcing somebody. Yeah, you would. That may be, bro, because it would just be scary leaving what you have known. Because like Joe Biden won a presidential election. You know what I'm saying? That is a lot more than 99% of any politician. So it would be very easy to be like, oh, I want to, guys, let's just stick this shit through. But like, bro, he's so bad. He's so old. He's so like, and bro, I've recently seen CNN clips and they're like, oh, Joe Biden's mental health is just so in decline. And it's like, bro, you were like 2 years late. You guys have been saying there was this one guy that was like that it was like 6 months ago. I can't remember his name, but he was a big MSNBC talking head. Joe Biden has never been better at his analytical thinking, his drive, his motivation. And it was just like, dude, they just think we're so stupid that they can say that, and people will just be like, he is. You know what I'm saying? He is. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Just because there is people that will do that, dude. Here's the thing. We might see through it, but there's a lot of NPCs out there, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, I go to school with them every
Yeah.
day. Okay. Like I have to deal with these
Yeah.
people that just listen to talking points and don't actually ever think about what, and giving too much power to things.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't listen, dude. It doesn't matter who the president is, right? It doesn't matter if Trump gets elected or not. It really doesn't. You care about trans issues and you want to vote for a Democrat. And yet people who are trans are still losing support under your Democrat president, right? So at the end of the day, bro, fucking who you vote for isn't gonna do shit. Okay?
Yep.
But if you should vote for somebody, it should be RFK Jr., right? Because he had a brainworm.
Dude, I may be bigoted here. I don't think I could vote for him. For one reason.
Why?
Well, yes, you say. I'm just like, dude, it just sounds like you're about to just kick it at any moment. And I just, when I'm listening to him, I mean, he's definitely more woke than Biden and shit, but I don't know. I'm just like, I can't take him seriously. I don't know. I'm like, I feel like I'm racist towards disabled people or something when I listen to him because I'm just like,
Uh, well, dude, if you had to pit all three of them, like Biden, Trump, and RFK in like a room, and they had to fight to the death, RFK's coming out of that room.
dude, he
Like
can't breathe. The
dude,
dude can't breathe.
dude. Have you seen what he looks like?
Uh-uh.
RFK's ripped, bro. Like RFK is actually like in really good shape for being fucking 70 or whatever. Like compared to Trump and
Oh
Biden,
yeah, dude, he is ripped. So
he's a good looking boy, dude.
yeah. Yeah, he is. Wow, he's really
I
ripped.
think it's cigarettes. I think he smoked
Really?
like a lot. I think he smoked like a lot of cigarettes, probably.
Let me see here. Because yeah, no, I don't think I would vote for him.
Solely off of the
Spasmodic
voice.
dysphonia. Well, and I mean, like, yeah, like I guess I just don't think that you could vote for some, if you super agree with Chris Cuomo or Tucker Carlson, like you could write him in, but like they ain't gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Like an
Yeah.
RFK ain't gonna swing anything. He's going to pull votes. I mean, what a like more of a middle person would do. You're gonna sap votes from the more centrist Democrats, the more centrist Republicans. A neurologic disorder that can affect the voice and speech.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Goes
But yeah, I mean, what has he talked about like like men and women's sports and shit? Because that's one thing that Biden has been full support with and Trump has been against. That I'm like, damn, really on that point alone, I would vote for Trump.
I don't know if he's spoken about that at all. I know that he did have an episode on Joe Rogan, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's a clip out there of him
Nice.
talking about it. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The one thing I do know is, regardless of policy, like I just wouldn't feel good about voting for Biden. I've never really wanted to vote for Trump. If I had to between the two, I would probably vote for Trump. If I had to pick between all three, I would probably. It's hard. It's hard, dude, because I don't think RFK would really be that great of a president either. I just like some of his ideas more.
He
But
does,
his
bro.
ideas,
He's real.
just
He
like
is.
yeah, but just like his ideas with everything else, like you're never gonna get that shit done.
Facts. Yeah,
You know,
that's
you're
facts.
never gonna turn all the topsoil over. You're never gonna get all the vaccines, like whatever the fuck you want to do with that. You're never gonna
Yep.
get all the stuff that RFK wants. It's just not
He may be
feasible.
more valuable going around and talking about all of this stuff on different podcasts and engaging in all of that rather than being the president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he may be able to get more done, which is crazy to say that way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like when I look at if I were to line all three up and just pick a leader that is going to be in charge of people, do you look at the guy who's like wandering around who doesn't know where he's at, or like, yeah, Trump is it's crazy because I remember when Mitt Romney and Obama, it was like, oh my gosh, our politics have gotten so bad. Look at these two, they're just terrible compared to what we used to have. And now it's like, well, at least this guy can like say two sentences in a row and this guy can't. So like I guess I'll vote for him, like it really is crazy. But that I mean, that's also the thing too, is just like border security. That's a huge thing, bro. And everyone is a hypocrite on that because everyone has a home with walls that they don't let people in and they have fences for their backyards. And Biden is all about opening that up. And that harms, I mean, people get murdered on those fucking border towns, bro. Like a woman had her head chopped off by some gang members in the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that, like, I would want strong leadership on that.
Yeah. Well, my big thing is wars, right? Like I think that with Biden, we're more susceptible to. I mean, we're already supporting Israel and Palestine. We're supporting Ukraine. Like we're still like adding to the fuel, even if we're not sending troops like directly. We're adding to the fuel of that fire.
Yep.
And Trump is shown, I mean, historically, to not get us involved with any sort of war. So that's a big sticking point for me on that.
Dude,
Uh,
I think that's a big point in terms of there's no what ifs now that you had in 2016 with like, well, damn, well, is he just going to send us into war? We have a whole term that we can say, oh, you think that he's going to send us into war? Well, let's look at what he did with that from 2016 to 2020. Oh, there was no war. Okay. So there's no more of like, oh, he's gonna do this. Like we can validate what he will do and what he won't do, and he will probably not go into war. That's what we've seen.
well, and it'll stop other countries from going into war because the what, a year or two after he got out of office, that's when Russia invades Ukraine,
Right.
right? And Trump and Putin had an amicable enough relationship where I think that Putin waited for Trump to get out of office in order to do that because he didn't want to like deal
Right.
with Trump, and he knew that Biden's a fucking doormat, dude.
Yep. Yep. He is. Yep.
So, uh, you know, we're Babylon anyway. At the end of the day, America is a cesspool of sin, and I don't think anything shows that more than this week's clip that we have here. Not clip, but people.com article here. It says Drea De Matteo feels that her 13-year-old son edits her OnlyFans photos for her. Sorry, guys. Seeing this, Coog?
Yeah. I don't know why she would admit that.
The Sopranos alum shares her son and daughter, Alabama, who is 16, with her musician ex, Shooter Jennings. Drea De Matteo is usually a little in-house help to edit her. Is using a little in-house help to edit her OnlyFans while appearing on Not Today, Pal podcast. The Sopranos alum, who's 52, shares that her 13-year-old son Waylon Blackjack edits her OnlyFans photos for her. DeMatteo shares her son and her 16-year-old daughter Alabama with her musician ex Shooter Jennings. Speaking with podcast co-host Robert Eiler and Jamie Lynn Seigler about how she's been pursuing girl-on-girl content for her OnlyFans account. DeMatteo begins apologizing to her kids who are on the other side of the door. And then it kind of goes into this conversation where she's like apologizing, and then the podcast co-hosts are like, yeah, but they edit your content, right? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, so why are you apologizing? And she's like, because, like, I just feel like I should. And she says that she wants to make sure she runs it by them because she wants to make sure that everything she's putting out is like okay for them. And she says that her kids were the ones that were like, do it. Alabama will edit the pictures too because they want certain things that we haven't been able to do. She said, I used to have a lot of money, and then all of a sudden it went from being allowed to work to never being allowed to work again. I was the kind of actor that took jobs just to stay in the business. I literally took jobs to feed my family. Last thing he says, so when people make nasty comments about why I would have done that, my response is damn straight. I hope you're never in the fucking position I'm in. I take care of my entire family and a lot of other people who depend
Yeah, you
on
didn't
me.
have to have your kids edit the photo. You could have still done it without having a child edit the photo. I feel like that is like illegal.
What do you think about that, Coog?
I think it shows the dangers of subjective morality because someone does something that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And they just say, hey, the kid wanted it. The kid wanted to do it. It's like, okay, how far are we willing to take that? Um, yeah, sexualizing kids is not good. And especially like familial is, and to be open and like, hey, it's all good. It's fun. It's great. That's the issue, bro, is the open acceptance of it. Um, it's also like if you saw, are you familiar with Sketch?
Yeah, dude, that's something else I wanted to bring up with you.
Yeah. So that's the thing is a lot of people. It's the whole bullshit of people defending him and not defending him and attacking him and everything. And the problem isn't that the sexual things that he did. It's that for some coincidental reason, this kid with this past was shoved into every single child's phone for 6 months, a year, however long it was. Um, he said he announced the draft pick for the Texans,
Yeah.
and you're telling me that they didn't know that he had done any of that? They didn't vet him at all, that they could have identified that? There's a guy on TikTok that goes and tries to stay in stadiums for as long as he can. Once the game ends, he starts his clock, and some longest is like 3 hours. He's able to like wander around and stay in there.
Mm.
And then he'll go in there now, and what he got up from his chair, and one of his most recent ones, and this guy in a suit came up and was like, "Hey, we know who you are, and we're watching you, and like you need to leave when the game's over," and then just walked away. It was just coincidental that this kid who then like, so I have kids who I swim with that were quoting Sketch when he was at his peak. Tuesday. But now that child has to now make a judgment call on whether it was okay or not for him to have done gay OnlyFans as a 18-year-old or whatever. And these children are 5 years old. That's the problem at hand, is that then a 5-year-old has to say, well, no, that's okay. That's okay. And really, it's not okay. It's not. That's not good. Whether it's straight or whether it's gay, either way, that is, you do not want your young men thinking that the way to make money is through those means. That is not how you want your society of young men to approach making money. And Sketch even said he had addiction. He was in a dark place. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't
Like,
think he was trying to promote it like that at all.
what?
I don't think Sketch was trying to promote like actively with when everything came out that was a good way to make money.
No, but that's when he did it. That's why he did it, was to make money.
Yeah, but he was dealing with like addictions and stuff. So again, I'm not saying that it's like necessarily right. I think that sex work at the end of the day will hurt anyone who does it.
Yeah.
I think that what Sketch did is less bad than what like this mom's doing to her kids. Because at the end of the day, I think that that
Oh,
he
yeah.
wasn't necessarily hurting anybody, and she's like actively hurting her children by doing
That's
this.
true. Yeah, that's why I'm not even worried about his direct actions of him shoving something somewhere.
Sure.
It's that he was put in a position that now these children are having to engage with this at a very young age. That back in the day when you liked Blue's Clues didn't all of a sudden come out trans. He didn't all of a sudden come out with like, oh yeah, I had this long history of OnlyFans. What do you think about that, 6-year-old child? That's the sick, terrible part about this. That Sketch didn't know that, but that's where it's like, how is it so convenient that it is this situation, and that he was on these programs that the Texans unfollowed him and blocked him on everything. And
Wow.
it's like, they really didn't know. They really didn't know. They didn't vet him at all. Like, how did this random kid figure this out? But like, the Texans didn't know that, and all these other big Fortnite didn't realize, or
Well,
whatever.
here's the thing I will say about OnlyFans is kind of like any, if we can talk about Dr. Disrespect, right? Because there's another thing that kind of happened with talk about legitimately sexualizing children.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah. Disgusting.
OnlyFans or pedophilia, things that aren't appropriate are normally kept so under wraps. And I think that's why they didn't know. Like, I know people who have legitimate porn, bro, like legit porn out on Pornhub. Um, but
Right.
everyone always uses like fake names or shit
Mhm.
like that. So I think that for Sketch, like the name was probably so deep and away from anything that he was actually connected to. There was probably like another email account that was made
So
that
how did
wasn't.
this other kid figure this out?
Someone was probably watching some gay OnlyFans, bro.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
dude, he was watching the gay OnlyFans and he goes, "What's up, brother?"
Yeah. Like, wait, I recognize that guy. Yeah. Well, and I could see that. I could see that. It is just an extremely unfortunate situation that kids are having to make they're having to make judgment on sexual things at a very young age. And that was not a problem that we had. Same with Dr. Disrespect. Same with all these people that are it's sexual immorality is what it is. And I'm just as guilty of it as anybody. So I'm no better than anybody, but it's still wrong at the end of the day. But that's where, if we have subjective morality and we can't find, or we can't define what is moral sexual interaction, then who cares if it's a 15-year-old girl? Really?
Right.
Who cares if the 13-year-old boy is editing his mom's uh stuff like that's, if they are consenting, then you can't say it's wrong. And it's like, well, that's where we'd have to get into the whole God conversation and the whole Bible conversation and everything, because that's where we would have to find that rock, is that it's not okay. And we have to be able to say this shit's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's becoming a gigantic problem. It was not like this before. And as you know, like, it's just like, it feels like with everything, it's inch by inch that you give, no pun intended. But so it's like with abortion, the extremist feminists that were pro-abortion in the 70s were pro-abortion at like 6 weeks or some shit, 12 weeks or whatever. And now, like, pro-abortion extreme feminists are like, literally up until the vaginal canal is what defines life. Is like, dude, this is not what the extreme people were trying to get at. They were trying to get a little bit of freedom to decide this decision, not murder a child. And now we're just murdering children. But it's, if there's no morality, if there's no defining what life is, that's the main issue when it comes down to abortion. Is no one will define what life is, because life starts at conception. That's what science would say. There's unique DNA that is not you and not your wife. That is unique to itself, that will develop into a human. That's life. You know what I'm saying? So I can't remember what my point was. I'm just ranting at this point, but I
think
you see what I'm saying.
it is a good point, bro, that it starts and it's kind of inch by inch, right? Like, until at the point that the left, the big issue the left has is it eats itself. It's at some point you're not liberal enough, you're not accepting enough.
Yep.
You don't believe with every one of the talking points, so you're Hitler, essentially, right? And
extremely religious. That's very church-like of these people who hate church and hate religious people are doing the exact same thing. They'll excommunicate you. You're a heretic if you disagree with this.
And sexualizing kids is a problem that is, like you're saying, just unfortunately so common. Like, even I told you this, I had a creative writing class and we had to read this short story where this kid had like an older brother. Kid's probably 9, older brother's probably 16, 17, and the older brother's like a piece of shit. Older brother's like doing drugs and like throwing parties and drinking, and literally at one point in the show, in the short story, the older brother's having sex with his girlfriend and sees the younger brother and like makes eye contact with him, like prolonged weird eye contact. And the kid's like says that at that point it felt like I was having sex with his girlfriend. And as a class, our professor in college was saying, okay, let's go through the pros and the cons of their relationship, like what's good and what's bad about it. And we would just say a point and then we would say whether it's a pro or con. So like, he was caring for him, so that's like a pro. He was like, doing a lot of drugs around him, and that's like a con. And then at one point, this person in my class said he was sex positive with his younger brother. And they said, is that a good thing or a bad thing in the way that he did it? And I didn't like that qualification, but even then, there was a hesitation before the class answered. And in my heart of hearts, dude, I was thinking to myself, if they say that it's a good thing, I'm going to walk out of this class. Like, I don't care. And I felt the 44-year-old lady on my right think the same thing, dude. We were like connected. We were like, if they say that him fucking this lady and then staring his brother down is a good thing, bro, we're straight up gonna leave. We're gonna leave. So yeah, it's gone far. It's gone on far too long.
And they said that it was bad.
They said it was bad. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't have to walk out. Yeah.
Woo! Like, damn, bro. But that's towing this line. So then think about that. You have a group of people who are sitting there. Okay, imagine. So now you're thinking of an image in your head of a child witnessing a sex act. And then you're intimately describing the child and the older kids. That is, again, you can call it art. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. And again, if people are adults and they're in college and you have a college class on something, you can have a college class on whatever you want. But it's always when it starts spilling over into the kids. And bro, like, I saw this gay guy on TikTok talking about, he was like, yo, this shit that we're seeing, he was like, yo, this all started at gay marriage. And we just said, yo, we just want gay marriage. And the Republicans are like, you give them this, they're going to take everything. You'll have men in the women's bathrooms by the end of it. And he was like, after seeing everything, they were kind of right. You know, like, he was making this joke, but that's what we see, is that when there's, and I don't know how you would have a society other than maybe killing people to make it all not happen, but like, to have a society where you can always toe the line, like, just like we're seeing, like, extreme people in the 80s were just pussies, bro. They were fucking central, middle ass, like, no opinion, versus what we got now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know how you would stop a whole society from always devolving into that by, like, it's like gang members, bro. Gang members talk about how there were unwritten rules that all the gangs would follow back in the day, that you wouldn't kill somebody if their family was around. And this old guy's talking about how he was like, everyone committed to that, both sides, for whatever reason. And he was like, they don't do that nowadays. And it's like, well, right, you raise these kids to say, hey, we kill those people. And they're going to say, well, yeah, you're a pussy because you won't kill him in front of his daughter. I will. I'm cold enough. I'm gangster enough to do it. He's taking being a gangster more seriously than you pussies, you fucking little centrist gangsters who have morals. And no, bro. You will have the next gen that takes it even more seriously than the last. And it'll just get out. It doesn't take long to get out of hand quick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why we're Babylon, dude.
Yes, sir.
We just we will keep falling apart. So that's episode 70. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. Coog.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Go watch the J-Zack interview.
Go watch the J-Zack interview, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of cool content, man. Listen, 70, man. It's
crazy.
You know, people been saying that to me for a while. Man, you've been doing this for so long, and 62 episodes, 53 episodes. This is for me where it feels real. 70 to me feels like a long. And listen, we have more than 70 episodes. We have probably closer to like 86, 87 with the different series and knockoffs that we've done. But thank you, everyone, for watching. We're grinding to 100, and we're going to get there. So
we'll get there, baby. Stay tuned.
Keep burning.